one of those trends that are now a little bit tired. Having one or two pieces of that kind of thing is absolutely fine, but think about the quantity here. If you were of the mindset, or if you were in that era of decorating and you purchased a lot of things during that era, it doesn't mean you have to take them all out. In fact, don't do that. But it does mean maybe curate some of the ones that are your favorites and keep those and then remove the others.
We grew up with the phrase, home is where the heart is, but our culture has shifted and now the message is, home should be Pinterest perfect. I'm calling BS on that message. Home, it's not about the stuff, it's about the story. And whether you know it or not, your home is a reflection of you and is already saying something. So what is it that you want it to say? Hey, I'm Danny, a former first grade teacher turned home decorator. Going from a dual income to a single income so I could stay home with my babies meant budget, like ramen eating, Goodwill shopping budget. And I learned a few things along the way, like how to bring big style to your home without breaking the bank. And I'm sharing it all with you. Tips, tricks, decor, and design advice so you can learn to tell your story with your style. Where you can start living free from the Pinterest perfect trap and start living a life of intention. Welcome to Fig and Farm at Home, where we design happy living and where it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful.
A few years ago, Greg and I took the boys on a road trip, and we love going on road trips when we can. And we try to go, as far as we can in the time that we have. And we went to go visit some distant relatives who live in Colorado. And while we were there, we visited an auntie's house. And stepping into her home was so much fun. Of course, it was wonderful because, the greeting there was warm and welcoming and lovely. But stepping into her home for the aesthetic piece was a real treat. It was like stepping into the 1950s. I kid you not, there were drool-worthy pieces of furniture in every single room that were in such pristine condition that it made me just honestly look kind of silly because I stood there and stared for so long. What is wrong with me? But they were lovely. And every room we went into was like a time capsule. The carpet was shagged and orange. The furniture was all of that lovely mid-century pieces, the brass, the detailing that was very, very mid-century. If you can picture an apartment on Mad Men, that TV show, you would be picturing this auntie's house. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds really, really dated. And yeah, it was. Of course, they love it. And of course, they're going to keep it, which is what really we should be doing in our homes. If we want a home that has doilies and has traditional furniture and is painted mauve and lime green, who am I to tell you differently? If you love it, you absolutely 100% should keep it. But if you're ready for a change, or if you look around your own home and you think, oh my goodness, something is a little bit off here, something looks a little bit dated, I think, or I wonder if it's a little bit dated, this episode is for you because we're going to talk about a few things that make your home look or feel a little dated. And sometimes when it can feel a little dated, it is opposite of elevated. And the word that goes with that, oh, I hate to use it, but sometimes it can look a little cheap. And that is what we're talking about today. So, fair warning and disclaimer, if you have any of these in your home, do I want you to go out and rush and buy a new thing? No, no, absolutely not. I want you to evaluate how you feel about it. I want you to think about, do you love it? Just like that auntie loved those things from the 1950s, even though it was 2010. Do we want you to run out and change it? No. If you love it, keep it. But if you are looking around your room and you're thinking something feels off, and oh, now that you mention it, that's probably it. I want you to come and book a decorating SOS call. These calls are so much fun and they are so strategic, and holy smokes, do we get a lot accomplished. Just in this last month, I've had a couple clients who came to me with these laundry list of ideas and things they wanted to talk about, and we got through them all. Yes, we can absolutely start by identifying your style, assessing the room to see if it is meeting your needs or not. shopping your home, shopping a site, even spending some time styling something that is in your space or all of it. Just last week, I met with a client who she had a laundry list of things that she wanted to accomplish. And in just that 1 hour, we managed to change some artwork, make a plan for the bedding, test out to see if the pillows were a good fit or not, make a plan for the wall and the art, remediate the corner that was not serving her, that was going to be more of a reading corner, style two side tables, determine if we should keep or save some of the other items in her room, and so much more. Those are just some of the things I can remember on the top of my head. Decorating SOS calls are 1 hour and they are jam-packed as long as you are planned. But so far, I have not yet met a client who has not come to these super prepared. Because when you come prepared, when you show the pictures ahead of time, when you answer the questions ahead of time, you can't help but be prepared. So, friend, if you were looking around after this episode and you're looking around and thinking, that explains it. That thing right there is a little bit tired and dated, and I want to change. I want to update my space, and I would love a little help so I don't make another mistake, so I can make a confident decision, so that I really start understanding what my personal style is. Then, friend, a decorating SOS call is right for you. Now, here is the good news. On recording, I have 5 spots left through the month of June. One of them has your name on it. So book that decorating SOS call, and I would love to meet you. I would be honored to be invited into your home to help you create a space that really serves you and delights you. Can you imagine living in a home that you delight in? An absolute joy. All right, let's get to the 5 things. Actually, I have 6. The 6 things that when you look at them could feel a little tired, a little dated, and in a result, make your home look a little cheap. And we don't want that for you. The first thing is window treatments. Now, I'm thinking specifically of things like vertical blinds. Usually we see those still, if we see them at all, we see them on sliding glass doors. Valances can make your home look a little bit tired or dated. Heavy uh, fabric for those curtains, for the valances, or heavy fabric for the 90s like swag. Those are all styles that are a little bit dated. Mini blinds can make your home look a little bit dated. And my very favorite, no curtains at all. Yes, you heard me correctly. Sometimes when you have no window treatment on your window, or you opt for a window treatment and there are no curtains, it can make your home look anti-elevated. Now, I'm not going to say it looks cheap, but it one step toward elevation is by adding that layer of curtains that just frames your space and draws your eye in. It creates a softness to your space, texture, coziness, nuance to your design, and that is always a good thing. Now, I'm also going to say that having too short of curtains can make your space look a little dated, or not, maybe not dated necessarily, but a little less intentional. And sometimes that the missing element of intentionality can make your home appear dated or appear cheap, even though that is not the intention. Okay, so how do you remediate it? Because we don't want to leave you with just these ideas of, well, that looks stupid. That would be terrible. We do not want that for you. So a couple of options would be, if you have vertical blinds, if you have valances, if you have the 90s swag, remove them. Remove them and let's replace them with something different. Now, my option is always curtains. But if you want the layer and you want some blinds as well, great. Add the curtains with the blinds. Add the bamboo blinds and the curtains. Bamboo blinds are classic. Okay, that's a hint for what's to come in a couple weeks. And we're going to play a fun game on one of our Tuesdays together, as Tuesdays are coming back. Yay! Now that the craziness of the graduation season is over, Tuesdays are coming back with a vengeance, and I have some things up my sleeve in this year for. Okay, as a side note, before I continue, did you know that I just celebrated my 4th-year anniversary for podcasting? June 15th marked the day, and that was the day my giveaway opened. And if you have not yet left a review for the show, sent me the screenshot, many of you already have. Thank you so much. It just made my heart smile. Can your heart smile? Mine smiled so big reading all of the comments and seeing all of the reviews come in, and I appreciate it more than you would know. But all that to say, my 4-year anniversary is happening or happened, and we are celebrating by giving away. I want to give back to all of you who have been listening for a while. I just want to hear what it is that you love about the show. So go to Apple Podcasts, leave a review, 5 stars, and then a written review. Take a screenshot, share it with me in my email at hello@figandfarmathome.com, or you can pop into my DMs on Instagram and share it with me that way. Okay. Oh, by the way, that giveaway closes on Sunday, June 22nd. All right. Number two, the second thing that could make your home look a little tired, a little dated, and heaven forbid, a little cheap is the matchy furniture. You can picture it, the 5-piece living room set, the large the large sofa, the love seat, the 2 chairs. Maybe it is the dining room set with the dining room table and all chairs around that are in the same wood tone. Maybe it's your bedroom set, in your bedroom set that has the headboard and the 2 side tables and the low boy, the high boy, those are dressers. They all match. And sometimes not only do the matchy sets lack personality and originality, because they lack that personality, it means that they are 2 steps removed, maybe even 3 or 4 removed from your personal style, from your personal aesthetic. And a really easy way to remediate that is just to um, swap it out. Swap it out with something that is in your other room. So, for example, if you are living in a home that has a dining room and a formal dining room, can you swap out chairs? If you are living in a home and you have a guest room and your bedroom and they have those same kinds of matching furniture sets, can you swap out side tables? Can you swap out headboards? Can you swap out pieces that will make a little bit more, again, the word nuance, that can have a little bit more personality to that design? Now, before we go and spend a whole lot of money on replacing those items, if swapping it out isn't an option, can you remediate it by staining the wood? Can you remediate it by painting the wood? Can you remediate the entire set by just removing the headboard and replacing the headboard with an upholstered one? Those are all options for remediation. Same with your dining room set. You might not have to remove all of the chairs, but maybe you just remove the 2 captain's chairs, or you get 2 covers for those captain's chairs, and you now have a brand new, fresh look that looks a little bit more curated. All right, number 3, too many accessories. How many of you, I'm raising my hand here in the background, how many of you have ever suffered from I'm going to just put it on the shelf because it was special to me. And so here it is out on the shelf. I want the world to see it. Or I don't know where to put it. Just a couple weeks ago in my front living room, in my library, I took everything off the shelf. And I not only decluttered, which is the first thing you're going to do to remediate a look that has too many things, too many picture frames, too many books, too many tchotchkes, too many knickknacks, too many things that make the space not have any breathing room. Negative space is a good thing here. Well, 2 weeks ago, I went and took a good hard cleaning of my bookshelves. And if you've been around for a while, you know that Mr. Fig and Farm uh, built gosh, how many years ago was it? 8 years ago, a long time ago, built a almost floor to ceiling bookshelf that I designed. And he included a rolling ladder because it's just really very tall. Of course, dusting it on a regular basis happens, but deep cleaning it does not. And you guessed it, I was having lots of people over in my home, so deep cleaning was happening. So I dusted the bookshelf. I took everything off. I decluttered. I got rid of a lot of things. I have 4 bags of books in my garage still waiting to decide if we really need them or not. I have 3 bags of books that we got rid of, and I have 2 bags of tchotchkes or things, decor pieces that I decided these are no longer serving the purpose that what I have intended for the bookshelf. And they just I am craving that negative space. I'm craving simplicity. So if you have too many things, if you have too many accessories, start by decluttering, start by removing, start by asking yourself, does this really serve the purpose? And then when you replace it with intentionality, leaving some negative space, and of course, following some of those simple not rules, but guidelines of layers and depth and height and texture and repetition, styling them as you go. Now, if you're wondering what in the world I'm talking about on that, that is my formula for styling flat surfaces, any flat surface, mantles, tablescapes, bookshelves, entryway tables, dresser tops, you name it. If it is flat, you can use the ladder formula to do it. How do you do that? You come inside of the collective in order to have access to that training, and you learn the fundamentals of styling really like a professional. So that is exclusive to the collective. And boy, is it good. Okay. Number four, the fourth thing that could be making your home feel just a teeny tiny little bit sad, a teeny tiny little dated, or tired, and then a little cheap are tired trends. So think about some of the things that maybe even 10 years ago were hot on the market that you brought in because everyone had them, and they now are no longer as relevant or present in the stores. That is a first indicator, of course, if that's a trend or not, because it's not usually any longer around. We can't go and necessarily replicate it. The things that immediately come to mind, especially within that 10-year time frame, would be the heavy farmhouse style. Now, I am still of the mindset that shiplap is still in. I just want to modernize it a little bit, making it either vertical or horizontal, but painted. But otherwise, some of the things that came in style with the farmhouse trend, those are 1 foot out the door, maybe even 2 feet out the door. I'm picturing things like word art, things that were so prevalent in any of the stores, words on artwork, words on pillows, words on mugs, words on cookie canisters, you name it, those are one of those trends that are now a little bit tired. Having one or two pieces of that kind of thing is absolutely fine, but think about the quantity here. If you were of the mindset, or if you were in that era of decorating and you purchased a lot of things during that era, it doesn't mean you have to take them all out. In fact, don't do that. But it does mean maybe curate some of the ones that are your favorites and keep those and then remediate the others, or remove the others. And instead, opt for some of those timeless pieces, those classic pieces. And if you're not entirely sure what they are, I want you to be really mindful of things like neutrals, high quality, brass. Those are just a few of the things that kind of define a timeless or classic element. Of course, there are many others, but those will just give you an idea of what is still current today. All right, number five, thing that could make your home feel a little dated or look a little tired is old paint. You know the kind, right? It is, maybe it was cream in its glory, but now it's looking a little bit yellow. Maybe it was even light gray, and light gray is still fine, but it's light gray and there's so many fingerprints on the wall leading upstairs that you can't determine if that is the gray of the wall or gray of the fingerprints. Colors that were indicative again of that like 10 years ago, which, so many of us have homes that are beyond 10 years old. But if we were in that phase of purchasing or decorating even 10 years ago, we could have been trapped or still are trapped with colors that are from that decade or from that era. I'm immediately picturing the 1990s beige or the early 2000s heavy grays, light grays. Those are still kicking. Those are still lovely because they are have that light and airy element to it. But some of those deep grays, those are now starting to feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more dated, and opting for either a fresh clean. If in my case, those dirty walls are looking a little bit tired because of the fingerprints that have gone up the walls for so many years. Or if you need a new fresh coat of paint, and paint on baseboards. Wow, there's so much power in paint, and just a little bit of elbow grease can do wonders for sprucing up a space that can feel a little bit tired or dated, even if it is the exact same color that you fell in love with 5 years ago. All right. And number five, the other thing that could make your home feel just a teeny tiny little bit dated is one that you've heard me say before, and that is generic lighting. And heaven to Betsy if I don't say boob lighting. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say boob lighting? It is the builder grade standard dome lighting that has a nipple on it. And now that I painted that picture for you, you cannot have it unseen. Those are one of the most common builder grade light fixtures, as well as that chandelier that has the little, um, swoopy down and it has the bulb sticking up, or the bell-like domes. Those are very ubiquitous and very, very much indicative of the builder grade, kind of cheap. And I am using this term um, based on material wise, just a really inexpensive thing to put in a builder grade home. And so those are used so frequently. But this is a really easy and really quick fix. Yes, it can be a DIY, but before you do anything electrical, I do want you to make sure that you have a buddy who knows what they're doing to help guide you through it so that they can teach you along the way. Don't just rely on YouTube because you do need to make sure that you're doing it safely, turning off circuit breakers and all the things. But this can be a really easy remediation, replacing them with inexpensive flush mounts, inexpensive little chandeliers, inexpensive little um, pendant lightings. And of course, you're going to hear me talk all throughout July about how I would want to encourage you to shop small. But the reality is you can get some really inexpensive ideas and things on Amazon. And that would be a great place to find those fixtures that are going to be a little bit more elevated than the builder grade. All right, friend, there you have it. Five, actually six things that can be making your home look or feel just a teeny tiny little bit tired, a little dated, and then as a result can make your home look cheap. Again, as a reminder, they are generic lighting, old or tired paint, tired trends, too many accessories, matchy-matchy furniture, and window treatments. Of course, there are caveats there. Friend, if you are wanting help again addressing what it is in your home that could be making your home feel a little tired, dated, or look a little bit cheap, I am your gal. I am here to help you address that, to remediate it, to make a plan that is easy to follow and fun to take action on. You can book that call by going to figandfarmathome.com/decorating hyphen SOS. And I have 5 slots still available for June, and one of them has your name on it. I hope it's you. Until next time, I'll see you soon.